air pollution levels in Delhi-NCR have surged to alarming highs, with the air quality index crossing the 600 mark in several areas. Cities including Noida, Greater Noida, Ghaziabad, Gurugram and Faridabad are witnessing severely toxic air posing serious health risks to residents. In response to the worsening situation, authorities have activated GRAP Stage 4, the highest level of emergency pollution control measures under the Graded Response Action Plan. The GRAP framework outlines 4 escalating levels of restrictions depending on the severity of air quality. GRAP 4 has some of the most stringent measures, including a ban on the entry of trucks into Delhi, suspension of construction activity at public and government project sites, prohibition on non-essential commercial vehicles from outside Delhi, and meanwhile all restrictions under GRAP stages 1, 2 and 3 remain simultaneously applicable. So now viewers, of course, let me take you through a detailed analysis of the GRAP 4 restrictions. So now viewers, the GRAP 4 is basically imposed when the AQI crosses 451, which of course is a very dangerous mark already. So that of course viewers is when GRAP 4 is imposed. Now vehicle restrictions, let me tell you about what the vehicle restrictions are when GRAP 4 is imposed. Ban of non-essential trucks, diesel vehicle entry, ban of light commercial vehicles from outside Delhi, and ban on diesel medium and heavy goods vehicles. So these are the bans that happen when GRAP is imposed. Construction and demolition is also stopped. Suspension of all construction activities takes place and closure of mixed concrete plants. So that of course was already imposed in Delhi till yesterday. Now work and education, let's get to that. Suspension of classes for all grades except 10 and 12 standard. And advice to all officers to operate with 50% staff on site and rest from home. That of course being dependent on the profession a person really is, and the emergency measures that are taken. Now, state government may impose further measures like shutting colleges, closing non-essential commercial activities. So that of course viewers is a complete overview of what happens when the GRAP restrictions are imposed. I have my guest Kavita Ashok, who is an environmentalist, joining me for a discussion on this topic. Now Kavita, we're speaking about this year on year, and now of course GRAP restrictions have to be imposed, but do they really make an impact?
Yes, looking at how toxic the Delhi air is, this is a very delayed reaction, because I think the winter action plan had to be planned and implemented much before it was, because air pollution problem and high toxic air in Delhi is a recurrent problem, and it has been there for more than a decade. And I'm sure everyone is aware, even the authorities are aware, this was going to be the same this year, and winter's already set in. So I think that GRAP 4, although it might not just bring down the AQI to a very reasonable level, very human level of breathing, but of course it will bring in about some changes, because as you've just mentioned, trucks and the entry of certain vehicles and construction sites are stopped from today onwards. I mean, from with GRAP 4 being implemented, it will bring about a little change, but very minor. And I think that next year onwards, we need to be really very stringent and very smart and very timely about how air pollution is to be handled. This is very late in the day.
Kavita, now yesterday the Supreme Court of course has refused a blanket ban on construction, and they're saying that these activities should be resumed. Is that a good idea?
The activities of construction, I feel personally, this is no time to resume, because as it is, it's air is not breathable. You step out and everybody comes back with a choking throat or, watery eyes, and people are down to hospitals. You can see OPD being full and, I think the health issue needs to be considered more seriously, because if construction is also allowed at this point of time, when toxic air is like 400, 500, certain places in Delhi, the AQI is like that on an average, I think that construction should be stopped for a few more weeks.
All right, Kavita, thank you for joining me
Thanks.
on the broadcast.